Yes, and then the section 5 deals with the structural design by the limit state method. Now this limit state we have already talked about earlier, the impending state, the state at which the structure could collapse or the structure would fail in serviceability. All that has been covered in the structural design by the limit state method section. Now over here the section 35.2 deals with limit state of collapse. The section 35.3 talks of limit state of serviceability, that is 35.3.1 it talks of deflection, and as I have just now mentioned in the previous part, the limiting values of deflection, the span to the effective depth ratios have been already defined in the clause 23.2. This goes on in the limit state of serviceability, talking about the cracking, how much cracking is permitted, whether the cracking is not permitted. All that has been discussed in the section 35.3.2. Then about the other limit states, it talks of in the section 35.4. So if we see, clause 38 deals with limit state of collapse, that is flexure. 39 deals with limit state of collapse, compression. 40 limit state of collapse, shear. 41 limit state of collapse, torsion. So in limit state of collapse, that is flexure, compression, shear and torsion, everything is covered. Then we have limit state of serviceability, in which deflection and cracking has been covered. Looking at the code, we can have a look at the code, and the code would be giving us something like this. Well, page number here, the section 5 structural design by the limit state method, it defines the general requirements. Then it goes on further defining the limit state of collapse. It talks in clause 36 the characteristics and define design values, the partial safety factors which are there on the next page. It deals with the partial safety factor for material, how the analysis would be made, that it talks of. It talks of the different load factors in the table 18. How much, what is the load combination? We are taking dead load plus imposed load. In that case, the limit state of collapse, the partial safety factor would be 1.5. For the wind load it would be 1, and for the same dead load and imposed load, the limit state of serviceability, we have the factors as 1 and 1, which I have discussed earlier. So as far as limit state of serviceability is concerned, in order to get the realistic values, the partial safety factors have been taken as 1 and 1. It goes on further from page number 68. It goes further to limit state of collapse, flexure. It gives the various assumptions and then the graphs, how we will be getting the various stresses. Then limit state of collapse, compression, that is as far as the columns are concerned, the minimum eccentricity, the design of short column. It goes further in design of slender compression members. So this way, here limit state of collapse, we have shear. So this particular part deals with everything as far as the limit state design is concerned. Now coming further from here, we can this is all what I have told earlier, the partial safety factors. Now going further in the annexures, in the annexure D, we find slabs spanning in two directions. We have slabs spanning in two directions, that is the two-way slab. Now in the two-way slab, let us just have a look at this. The two-way slabs, it talks of the restrained slabs, that is the slabs which for which the corners are not allowed to be lifted, and then we also have the ones in which the columns are, the corners are allowed to be lifted. So bending moments coefficients have been given. bending moment coefficients have been given. So based on this bending moment coefficients, we would be designing the slabs. Then we have the next one from here, the moments of resistance for rectangular and T section. So whenever we are designing any member, whenever we are designing a beam, we will be looking at the section, the cross section. If the cross section is rectangular, we will be using G1 rectangular sections in order to find resisting capacity, and based on that we would be performing the design. We would be going ahead with the design. The same section continues further in giving me the type of the uh, this over here in G2 clause we have the flanged section or the T-beam section, how to find the moments. So given this, we will be getting the moment of resistance for the flanged section or the rectangular section also in this case. With this, we would be coming to the end of the Indian Standard Code IS 456. In the next session, we would be starting with the limit state design. Thank you very much.